Hi YouTube, doing a knife review here over the Esee Zancudo. Now there's a bunch of reviews on this knife and I'm not going to go over what everybody else has already gone over. It's a frame lock, it's only got a scale on one side. Everyone's complaining about the jimping right here on the spine. I'll be honest with you. At first when I ordered it, it almost looks pink, but it's the red scale version Stonewash from Blade HQ. I'll be honest with you, when I first ordered it and the specs on how small it was, I was like, I don't know. We'll see when I get it in my hands, I guess. But for the price, I was like, you know, and being made by who it's made by, especially, I know it's not made in America by Esee, but it's Esee's first folder, so that was pretty much my reasoning on really wanting to have it. Now, when I got it and I opened it up and held it in my hand, I don't have super large hands, but I don't have small hands. I'm an electrician, I work a hard job every day. I have good sized hands and this fills my whole hand. I was really surprised by that. Now, I would say this is pretty comparable. I don't have my Griptilian, it's actually on its way back from Benchmade right now. I sent it in for Life Sharp, but it's pretty comparable in size comparison to the Griptilian. And holding it in your hand, this thing definitely fills my whole hand. Like, I'm not reaching down here for nothing left. It fills my whole hand. And another thing that I really, to be honest, didn't think was going to be any good was the jimping. It suffices for me. It does. I'm happy with it. You know, what really do you need for your finger not to slip off the blade? You know what I mean? This is how you're going to hold it. And there is jimping there, and it does do its job as far as I'm concerned. Now, of course, here's what everyone's been comparing this to, and to be honest, this is the reason why I probably got this knife, is because this is Randall's Adventure Training Rat Folder 1, and yeah, this is a great knife. Opens super smooth. Everything about this knife, everyone loves them. I'm not going to review this knife at all because it doesn't need a review. Everyone knows this knife and everyone loves it. And it is a great knife. And in comparison with these two, you know, I will say carrying this for a few days really made me respect how large this knife really is. It's a big knife, man. You got a big blade. And yeah, if you want that big blade every day, why not? I mean, you know, it's a little bigger than I think the law allows, but you know, it's a regular folder. I don't think you're going to get messed with too much by the cops. You know, and in the knife world, as far as I'm concerned, it's not the knife that's going to get you in trouble. It's more along the lines of what you're doing with the knife that's going to get you in trouble. Now, what else? On this knife, I really like the feel of it. Everyone kept saying it didn't open very well. It had a hard time. I seen a couple videos that were saying, man, it just doesn't. No, it's not going to be, you know, a Chris Reeves, you know, you touch it and it flies open. I mean, this knife it's 28 bucks. You know what I mean? But I will say, you can flick that thing open, no problem. It's not an issue for me. And another thing everyone kept saying was the lock is super hard to close. Well, let me tell you, not if you're a man, okay? It's that simple. It flicks open, it closes with no problem. All I can say is if you have a problem opening and closing this knife, maybe you need to just change your panties and grow a pair, because this is not rocket science. Everyone wants a $28 knife to fly open like it's spring assisted. Well, listen, there's $30 knives that are spring assisted. They're out there. Go buy them if that's what you want. This is not a $500 spring assisted knife that's gonna work in perfect order every time. You know, I mean, if you want to open it slowly, which that's what they recommend, because they say over time you flicking it open, what it's gonna do is that creates metal rubbing really fast against the lock and the blade, and it creates wear, and then over time it could be loose. But you know, everyone does it. That's how we open our knives. But overall, I love this knife. I really am impressed with it, especially in hand. I mean, the solidness of it is just, it's unbelievable. For 30 bucks, you can't beat it. And this is actually my first frame lock. I've never really been a super big fan of frame locks, but after owning this knife, I'm like, this doesn't bother me at all. I always thought it'd kind of feel weird not having a scale on the other side. Nope, this thing is flawless in my eyes. It really honestly is. I couldn't be happier with it. Now, everyone, you know, was looking at the shape of this, the handle, and going, you know, why didn't they stay with, you know, this kind of shape? You know, everyone loved, you know, the ergonomics of having your finger all in there, and everyone loved the feel of this handle. Well, I got something I wanted to point out. If you look at the handle, I'm going to take my camera, hold on. Look at the SE3. Do you see any similarities? The groove towards the bottom of the handle, how it's got the really wide belly all the way down, and then it comes to the finger point up front. They made this like this because this is the shape of their knives, everybody. Pretty common sense. Now everyone, another thing I kept seeing was BRK. Everyone kept saying, what is that? What is that? Blue River Knives, I believe, is the name of the company that makes these knives. Now, it's a company that they are actually here in America, I believe, and they just have a company over in Taiwan that just mass produces these. Now, everyone complains, but I believe even this one is made in Taiwan. Look it, right there. Taiwan, it says. So if you're gonna complain about that, don't get the rat one. And everyone loves the rat one. I've had it for over a year now, and the knife has served me great. The AUS 8 steel is super easy to sharpen with a ceramic rod is all I use. And I mean, you'll have a great knife. I think that's pretty much a wrap on this knife. This knife is a great knife, guys. For 28 bucks, I think it was what I paid for it. 32 with shipping and handling. I got it in 2 days. Can you believe that? I ordered it on Monday and had it on Wednesday. I was like, holy cow. But all in all, this knife is a great knife. I definitely recommend it. And I would say that's a wrap. Thanks, guys.